Hey guys, as promised, here we are, Minnie's House of Pain, and we're getting ready to bring to you the first live workout of the week. So behind me, you got Coach Craig, you got Coach Roberto will be coming into the picture here pretty soon. We're going to hope to God that you take these workouts and you take them forward and you're going to be better and greater each day. That's right. I'm talking to Karen Terry, I'm talking to Steve Terry, I'm talking to Deborah Rivas, I'm talking to all you guys, Gina, Fred Wilcox, my group. You guys better pay attention well because I'm going to be putting you to the test. So get ready, here we go.
Starting off here with rolling patterns. The goal here is to, as we say, disassociate your shoulders from your hips. So this really helps open up your thoracic spine. What we're looking for here is if you're doing the upper body rolling pattern, you want your shoulders to rotate and then you want your hips to follow through. So as you look at Coach Roberto, he's reaching across his body and his shoulders are moving first and his hips are eventually follow through. Okay, if you see someone that doesn't have really good thoracic mobility, their hips and shoulders will move together. So it takes some concentration, it takes some effort, but it can certainly be done. Now, as you notice, Coach is doing a lower body rolling pattern. So he's reaching across his body with his legs, and as you notice, his hips move first and his shoulders follow through. We do these every day at Minnie's House of Pain. Our people would have a revolt if we stopped doing rolling patterns. They love it. Next, we have side lying rotations. You're going to lie either on your right side or your left side. It doesn't matter because you're going to do both, but you're going to lie in the fetal position with your arms fully extended straight out in front of you, and you're going to open and try to get your shoulders, your elbows, and your wrists to touch the ground. As you open, you want to inhale. That is going to fill up your diaphragm and really open up your thoracic spine. We're doing 2 sets of 8 repetitions here. 1 repetition is as coach inhales, he's going to open up, and he's going to exhale and bring his hands together here. Do your best to keep your knees and ankles together, and do your best to keep your knees and ankles on the ground. That is easier said than done, but again, this is a great opener of your thoracic spine. Another great thoracic spine opener here. We call it a Spinal Stretch Push Up. We got this from a coach that was with us a couple years ago. You're going to get in push-up position. You're going to allow your toes to point in the direction. You're going to rotate to a side, kind of get your chest to touch the ground, do a push-up, and then come back up. Again, this is a thoracic spine opener. You really want your shoulders to be separated from your hips. Moving on to the Bretzel stretch. This is an awesome stretch named after the very world famous Brett Jones through Strong First. You're going to lie onto your side. You're going to bring your top knee to your chest, and you're going to grab your bottom heel, and you're going to try to get your shoulders to touch the ground. This is easier said than done, but this is one of those stretches where it gets you where you need it the most. You're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to inhale, try to get that shoulder to touch the ground, and you're just going to kind of breathe through that for 30 seconds. 2 sets here, 30 seconds each repetition. Moving on to the total body close chain warm-up. We start with a quad stretch, bringing your heel to your bottom. From there, we go into a knee hug where you bring your knee to your chest. If you want to get an advanced version of that, you can bring your heel up just like Coach Roberto. From there, we're going to open up our thoracic spine with an inverted T. Hold that pose for about 3 count. From there, you bring your foot down into a lunge, arms fully extended. From there, you're going to twist to each direction. Hold it for about a 3 count. You're going to twist in the opposite direction. From there, you're going to take that near arm. You're going to bring that, we call it forearm to instep. Get that forearm on the ground as best that you can. A lot of times, ladies can get it pretty close. From there, you're going to open into the leg that's forward first. You're going to bring that hand down and then open in the opposite direction, opening up that thoracic spine. Let your eyes look past your fingertips. From there, both hands are going to be on the ground. You're going to bridge your hips up and get that toe up. An awesome, awesome hamstring stretch. If you need to modify, you can put that knee down and get long. From there, you're going to bring your feet together, push your hips above your shoulders, and get into the downward dog position. From there, you'll slide forward into a cobra pose. Try to keep those hip bones on the ground. Give me a glimpse over each shoulder if you can. From there, back into your downward dog, and very carefully, very slowly, and very controlled, walk your hands to your feet. Roll it up slow. Try to roll it up without bending your knees. Give us a nice little back bend at the top. And then we're going to rinse and repeat. Same thing on the other side. From there, we're going to do 10 lateral lunge touches. Start with a nice wide base. You're going to bend to the right, touch with your left hand. You're going to bend to the left and touch with your right hand. You're going to do 10 repetitions on each side. Take your time, don't rush. Feel where your mobility is at. Get it done. If that's easy for you, widen your base. Try to open up your hips even a little bit more. Coach Caitlin setting the tone with our strength routine, starting off with walking lunges. Notice how she is just using her body weight for this first set. Nice long stride, front foot is flat, front shin is almost vertical. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we're gonna do 10 repetitions on each leg. If you're doing this at home, you can go, think about your kitchen, think about, your driveway, think about your garage, lots of different places to do this. There, going into shoulder touches, you're going to get into your best push-up position. I want your hands shoulder width apart. You're going to brace your abdominals. From there, bring your right hand, touch your left shoulder. Let your left hand touch your right shoulder. That counts as 1 repetition. You're going to do 10 on each side. Notice her push-up position. Her hands are directly in front of her chest, not above her head. That's the goal. The second set here, she's using a little bit of resistance. This could be anything you want it to be. This could be, if you have a mini bar at home, this could be a plate. This could be a kettlebell like Coach is using here. Lots of options here. This could be, a water jug. If you're at home, be creative. This could be your child if you have a toddler. This could be whatever you want it to be. So be creative and have fun with this, but don't sacrifice weight for technique. Back to shoulder touches. Now, we didn't do this for this particular video, but if you wanted an accountability measure for your shoulder touches, you could put a clipboard, you could put a binder, you could put a cone, you could put a water bottle on the back of your pelvis and try to make sure you get all 10 repetitions without that falling. You could use a box top. There's a lot of different things. Something flat. The goal here, sometimes when people do shoulder touches, they rotate their hips, and that's not what we want to do. One way to modify a lunge, if you have trouble with the moving lunge, we call it a split squat. Your stationary lunge, get a nice stride pattern. Front foot remains flat, front shin remains vertical, and allow that lower knee to lightly touch the ground and stand all the way up. Inhale on the way down, then exhale as you stand all the way up. A couple different ways to modify your shoulder touch. You can elevate your base. You could also do this from your knees. Again, notice her alignment. She's in alignment from her shoulders to her hips, to her knees, to her ankles. Really good alignment, and that's the goal here. Again, you can go from your knees, but the big deal here with shoulder touches is teaching you abdominal bracing. Here we have Coach Roberto leading Coach Kyle through a 5-count eccentric push-up. So notice Coach Kyle is in perfect push-up position. For the sake of this drill, we're only doing 3 sets of 6 repetitions. Notice the count. He's under control. I love his push-up position. His hands are directly underneath his shoulders there. That looks great. He's going to inhale as he goes down, exhale as he pushes up. It's a 1 count up. Pairing this exercise with a band pull through. So you're going to have to be creative here and where you attach your band, but something sturdy. You know, that could be your couch, it could be, you know, some kind of china cabinet. This could be something. But again, this falls into hinge family of exercises. Notice how his shins are vertical. He pushes his hips behind his knees. He's inhaling on the way down. He's exhaling as he finishes tall. I want you to listen to Coach Roberto's count on this second set.
4, 5 up, down, 2, 3, 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 4, 5 up.
And that's about how you should feel when you're done with those push-ups. One way to modify your 5-count push-up is to do it from your knees, just like we did with the shoulder touches. Same idea, same hand placement. Try to keep your hips and shoulders at the same height. Easier said than done, but just like Coach Caitlin demonstrated on the shoulder touches, we can also elevate the base. You can go from a bench, you can go from your couch, you can go from your table. A countertop is always a sturdy platform, but be creative, make a good choice, and do your best with the push-ups. So your modification for your band pull through, if you don't have a band or a sturdy base to connect it to, you can do what we call the stick hip hinge drill. You're going to place the stick on behind you. Top hand is kind of slapping your neck. The bottom hand, your knuckles are in your back. The stick is connected to your head, back, and butt, and you're going to unlock your knees and push your hips back. You're going to feel a great stretch in your hamstrings. Now, if that stick loses contact with your head, back, or butt, that tells you what part of your body is not in alignment. Okay, we're still going to do 12 reps with this exercise. Coach Craig is going to take us through the kettlebell swing and the kettlebell get down. We're going to do 4 sets of between 10 and 15 reps. If you feel like you can only do 10 reps, do 10 reps. If you want to step it up a little bit and do 15 reps, by all means, get all 15 reps. Coach Craig is going to take us through the kettlebell get down. He's going to start by pressing the kettlebell above his head with his arm fully extended. He's then going to tap his left leg twice and step back into the half kneeling position, which is basically a lunge. From there, he's going to pivot open to his right side and slide his left hand down his left quad. We call that the bend position. From there, he's going to sweep that leg out, pause, butt touches the ground, pause, that forearm touches the ground, pause, and then he's going to roll all the way down. Always, always, always bring that kettlebell down with 2 hands. Same thing on the other side. This time he's going to press it up with his left arm and he's going to tap his right leg twice. Stepping back into the half kneeling position. From there, he's going to pivot to his left. His right hand's going to slide down his right quad into that bend position. From there, he's going to sweep his right leg out, hold that position, butt down, pause to the forearm, and pause, and then roll all the way back onto the ground. Always bringing the kettlebell down with 2 hands. modifications for your kettlebell swing is going to simply be a kettlebell deadlift. What we're looking for here are vertical shins, keeping those eyes forward, nice flat back, and we want to touch the bell right between our heels, our ankle bones and our heels. That forces us to hinge our hips back. Notice how Coach Craig is resetting. If you look at his upper back, he's turning on his lats before he executes the move. You're going to inhale as you grab the bell. You're going to exhale as you finish. Again, this helps with the abdominal bracing. Modifications for the get down, instead of using a weight, you could either use your shoe or just your fist. All the movements are the same. Now we have house rules at Minnie's House of Pain. If you use your shoe and that shoe drops at all, you owe us 10 push-ups. Give yourself a little break before you start this one. Everybody loves bear crawls, right? So we got a little bear crawl complex for you. So we're going to start with 10 bear crawls going forward, followed by 10 bear crawls going backwards. That's 10 on each side. Followed by 10 bear crawls to your left, and then 10 bear crawls going to your right. Again, do your best with this. We have some modifications in place. We will show this to you here shortly. Done your bear crawls, grab your dumbbells and get ready to punch. Okay, we don't want these cutesy fitness punches. We want knock a sucker out punches here. Okay, do your best, identify a timer, but we are punching for 30 seconds. At the end of your 30 seconds of punches, go right into your jumping jacks. 30 seconds. Do your best here again. We've got modifications for punches and for jumping jacks coming shortly. Stay tuned. Those of you that think you're tough, put a band on your wrist for your band-resisted bear crawls. Everything we just did in the previous set, 10 steps forward each side, 10 steps backwards each side, 10 to the left, and then 10 to the right. Band resistance definitely intensifies this exercise if your natural body weight isn't enough for you. tired of jumping jacks, you can also use a jump rope. Hopefully you have space at home for a jump rope. You can do this in your garage or your driveway, or you can stick to jumping jacks. That's totally fine. Again, we've got modifications coming for the punches and for the jumping jack. Ways to modify your bear crawl. A couple options here. You can go hands and knees. Again, we want to make sure our hips and knees are at the same height. We want to make sure we're bracing our abs, and we want to make sure that we're coordinating our upper body and our lower body. The other modification for your bear crawl would just be to do a bear crawl hold, kind of like doing a push-up position, but your knees are up. Or again, you can go hands and knees. That works well. Other modification would be a bear crawl alternate touch. So you're basically on your hands and knees, and you're going to reach out to your right hand's going to reach out to the right, your left leg is going to reach out to the left. Very simple, really trying to accomplish the same goal. Looks a little more complicated than it is, but if you're having trouble with your lateral bear crawls, then that's a good option for you. Again, hands and knees is also another option. Just trying to give you guys some variety in your routine. Your modification for your punches is just to drop the dumbbells and give us your best effort. Punch as hard as you can for the duration of 30 seconds. Modification for jumping jacks, we're calling them scissor touches. Okay, a little easier on the joints if you have knee or ankle problems, but something that still gets your whole body moving and helps elevate your heart rate. Do your best here. Again, we're doing this for 30 seconds.
Thanks for tuning in. That's only day one of the workout. Please let me make a disclosure. If there's any exercises on here that you don't feel comfortable with, please don't do it. Contact a coach. Also, if any of your friends who have not signed a waiver participate with you, there's an inherent risk of somebody getting hurt. Minnie's House of Pain cannot be held liable or should not be held liable for any of their injuries. As I said before, as a community, we're going to do this together. Let's stay strong, let's be strong, let's move forward and get our training done. We'll see you tomorrow.